Hello, YouTube. How is everything going for everyone? Welcome back to my channel. This is me, Anna, just me. And we are going to be doing the second episode to the first video to the episode of Unforgettable Moments with Your Love. And today we're going to be talking about some things that a lot of people actually talk about, but some people don't want to hear it because it's kind of sort of getting old. Yes, trust. We all know that it's very going to be getting old, but thank you guys for watching, and we're about to start the next video right about now. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to be talking about is stubbornness. Are we literally telling our loved one, our friend, our boyfriend, girlfriend, our fiance, our husband, our wives, how irritating it is that every time we tell them something, it goes in one and out the other? So it's kind of like, why do we always have to open our mouths in order to tell them something? Because every time we tell them something, it kind of sort of like doesn't matter at all. It's so annoying. It gets very irritating. It's kind of like, okay, you have this mindset of listening to other people, but then when it comes to me and I tell you how this is, how that is, and how you should do this differently, it goes in one ear and out the other. And sometimes we just need to take a step back and we need to talk to them genuinely and tell them how we actually feel. Sometimes they don't want to hear it, but they have to. Sooner or later, you're just going to get annoyed. You're not going to want to deal with them. You're not going to want to talk to them. You're just going to want to end up just leaving. Not want to be around them. Tell them to go hang out with your friends. I don't care. You just stop caring. And once you get to that moment of stop caring, sometimes it's not no going back. And some people just give up and just say, forget it. You're not going to do anything. And I'm tired of being the person that's doing all the work. But we all have to do it together, you know? It takes that one person to open their mouth. It takes either that man or that woman to open their mouth. Because sooner or later, one person is going to be done with everything and they're just going to give in and give up. And sometimes those are the best options, to be honest with you. Sometimes those are the best options because you don't know what you're losing until it's gone. And when that person is gone, there's no going back because you never know what that person is going to do or say to you. Like, you could be like, oh yeah, I changed. And then you get back together. And then next thing you know, 2 months from now, you go right back to that same person that they left. And it's not a good feeling at all. It really, really sucks. It's very, very, very hard to talk to somebody and they just don't really want to listen to you. And it's very hard to try to communicate with somebody that all they do is just, they listen to you, but they don't put in the work to do what you're basically telling them to do. So for you guys, I have a huge question. The question is, what kind of stubborn person are you dealing with? Whether it be your friend, whether it be your loved one, what person are you dealing with? Like, are you dealing with that person that they listen, but they don't do anything about it? Are you dealing with that person that listens, do something about it, but after they do something about it, they just be like, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, I'm leaving? Do they give up very quickly? Like, what person are you guys dealing with? Because it's hard to deal with that one person and they deal with all those traits all at once. It's very hard. So, to the second one. The second one is selfishness. Ooh. Ooh. This one is very, very true, you guys. Okay, selfishness is very, very crazy because The only reason why selfishness is very crazy, how can you be selfish to somebody that you say that you love? Like, for instance, I understand like a lot of people really love to eat and they haven't eaten for days. But sometimes you want to spend that time with your significant other or your friend that you haven't seen forever or that one sister that you always hang out with or that one brother that you always hang out with or even a cousin. Like, it's very very hard for us to open up to people and to share our thoughts with them. And sometimes a lot of people think that you're selfish for not talking to them about your life situations, but sometimes you have to keep your stuff to yourself because you don't have no one that you can trust because everybody's out there for themselves. Once you tell somebody your stuff, they're going to end up telling the next person. The next person is going to tell the next person. And the next person is going to tell the next person. And then that next person is going to come up to you because they're cool with you and they talk to you. And they're like, oh, I heard this and that. Is it true? Like, where did you hear this from? Like, I didn't know that this was happening. Thank you for telling me. Like, I know who not to talk to now. It's very hard to trust different people, and you literally have to tell yourself, no, don't do it, I'm better than this. No, don't do it, I'm better than that. You really have to tell people nowadays, like, oh no, I'm okay, like I could do better, but I'm okay. Sometimes you just have to keep it at a minimum level of just saying that instead of actually spilling out your whole guts. Because once you spill out your whole guts, all your tea is everywhere throughout the whole dang room. So my question for you is, are you selfish? Do you talk to your significant other about everything that you go through in your mind, in your daily life, without even hesitating? Do you want to talk to that person because you trust them? Do you want to talk to that person because you feel very comfortable with them? Like, what do you do? Are you selfish with the words that you say to other people more than you are with your significant other? Like, what do you do? That's my question to you guys. Write it down, take notes on it. Just be able to communicate better, because these are things that you can communicate better with. Okay, number 3, jealousy. Jealousy can actually murder a relationship, whether it be with your friend, whether it be with your favorite cousin, whether it be with your favorite sister, your favorite brother, your husband, your wife. It can ruin a relationship. It can very much so kill a relationship. If you're jealous, you have nothing to be jealous about, especially if that person is with you and been down for you from the beginning. If that person has been there with you since the beginning and they never messed up on you, never did anything wrong to you, never said anything crazy out of the ordinary, don't get jealous. There's nothing to be jealous about. Like, for instance, I'll give you guys an example. Telling your significant other, oh yeah, this person is handsome. Sometimes that other person is probably like, what about me? Like, you should already know how I feel about you. It's not like I'm trying to go to this person, but I'm not going to even tell this person that they're handsome because they should already know how they are. It's just like us women, for example. Some of us have very much so insecurities, but we have to tell ourselves that we are beautiful. We are somebody, because a lot of times we don't get that encouragement at all that we actually need. So we have to tell ourselves this. We have to implement it to ourselves in our daily lives. And my question to you guys is, do you really get jealous of someone telling someone else that this person is beautiful, this person is gorgeous, this person is handsome, this person is very cute, very beyond pretty boyish? Like, do you get offended by that, or is it just a no-go? Like, I really want to know this question, the answer to this question. So if anybody has the answer, let me know. Now we're going to go to number 4, which is anger. It's bad to be angry all the time. Like, you can have moments of being angry because everything is just going crazy in your life, but you don't have to constantly be angry at everything. Like, for instance, somebody cut you off. You're not supposed to go on the other aisle, cuss them out, or anything. You just supposed to do what you're supposed to do. And you just supposed to just get it out the way. Because if you didn't know that person, and that person that you just flicked off, that you just basically was like, oh no, they're getting on my nerves, I'm gonna flick them off. What if they were to put a gun up in their car and point it at you and shoot at you? Like, what would you do then? Like, you have to think about things before you get angry about them. So my question to you guys is, how often do you get angry? Are you that person that's always angry? Are you that person that understands things that goes wrong and they try to turn it around, make it to a positive situation? Like, how are you? But I really want to let them know what you guys think. And let's go to the next one, number 5, which is prideful. Are you too prideful to freaking say sorry? Because that is very sad. You're never supposed to be prideful to say sorry at all. But you have to just keep on moving on with your life, because it's very, very not a lot of. So, prideful. It is very, very bad to be prideful with anybody, whether it be your significant other, whether it be your friend, your sibling, your family, just anyone, because you never know what that person is going through, and you being very prideful is the worst thing to do to anyone. You always not supposed to put yourself first. I'm lying. Scratch that. Put yourself first, but always think about other people too, because you never know what that person's going through. Like, for me, example, like, I understand that I probably don't have the most money in the world, but I don't mind helping somebody that needs help. Like, I've been blessed to help other people, and I've been blessed after helping someone. Like, I'll give you an example. I helped someone pay for their groceries at my job. That was probably the last money that I had. Who knows? But I was very excited to actually help someone do that. And then out of nowhere, somebody else blessed me with something that I just blessed someone else with. But it was more than what I blessed that person with. You are never supposed to think of other people small. It's just like you thinking about yourself. You don't think about yourself small. You think about yourself being the best person in the world, and you don't really care what other people say about you. And that's like the best feeling in the world. And you have to do the same thing for others. Even though other people don't do the same thing for you, it's always best to do the same thing for other people, because the other person can be the Grinch and the Scrooge, and don't mind them, because being the Grinch and the Scrooge can change that person to a beautiful butterfly. Yes, it sure can, baby. Yes, it sure can, sweetheart. Just know that it can change somebody with your attitude and your demeanor. It really can. Like, it really can. Just try it. Try it. So what do you guys do? Are you guys the prideful one that always be like, oh no, you can't do this. Oh no, you can't do that? Are you the prideful one that can't say thank you or sorry or how are you? Are you that person that constantly just be like, uh-huh, okay, all right, yeah, okay, nope? Are you that constant person that just has one word for everything instead of actually opening your mouth for everything? I want to know. Let me know The number 6 is somebody that's always judging. I am not gonna lie. Sometimes I feel like I'm the very, 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 very much so of a judgy person. I've been around a lot of people that constantly judges a lot of people, but it doesn't seem like we're trying to judge them in any way. It's just how we open our mouths and say things, and sometimes what we say is not very nice. But I just try my hardest to understand a lot of people from things that they've been through and things that they're gonna constantly go through. Like, you never know anyone's story, and you cannot, I repeat, you cannot let anyone judge you for anything that you have done. Trust me, it is the worst thing that you can ever let someone do. That's just like somebody judging you because you got pregnant at the age of 13. Things happen. Yes, that was probably a mistake, but it happened. Live up to the mistake. Live up to it. Learn up to it. Like, you have to own up to the things that you did wrong. Like, trust me, it took me a while to own up to stuff that I did wrong in my life, but it makes you a better person when you own up to the things that you have done. Don't allow people to talk you down, because when you allow people to talk you down, they make your life miserable. And the only person that you want to make your life miserable is you. Don't let nobody else tell you what to do, because it's your life, and do it however much you want to, you please. It's your life. People will always tell you things not to do, what to do, and you always have to listen to them. And sometimes their advice is actually very good, and you should actually take their advice. But sometimes their advice can be very challenging, because you see them doing the same thing that they're actually telling you not to do. Like, what are you supposed to do, right? Are you supposed to do it or not do it? Can you make up your mind? Because it's very hard to actually try to take advice from everyone that you see. Never take advice from people that are very hypocritical. Sometimes their advice is very, very, very good, and then sometimes it's like, okay, thank you, and it's a walk away moment. Like, oh, these people are crazy, they're dumb, I don't know what to do, I don't know what to say. See, and then that can be judgy too, because you calling that person out of their name, and that's not their name. They're not dummy, they're not ugly. No, you always supposed to call somebody by their name. But sometimes nicknames is like the best thing to have, especially when you want to be known as something else other than your name. Like, for instance, my name is Anna. I really don't have a nickname, but when I hear people call me like Banana, I answer to it, because I'm looking like, it's a nickname. What can go wrong with a nickname? Plus, I love bananas, because those things are delicious. But I'm going to close this up just saying to keep y'all heads up. Always stay straight, and never let anybody talk you guys down out of doing the goals that you want and have in mind in life. And always know that you are the best at being the best, and you have a brighter future. Just know that you are loved, and that you will forever, ever keep pushing forward to being the best person that you can be. Don't let anybody, I repeat, anybody tell you that you aren't nobody, because you are somebody. And don't be stubborn. Don't be selfish. Don't be jealous, angry, prideful, or judgy. Because those things aren't attractive at all. So, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you guys next time on the next episode. it will be more videos each and every day. Can't give you guys a time right now, but just know that every day will be a new and improved video. Peace.